Hello, dear students. Good morning to all of you. In English literature, we are studying chapter 4, A Clump of Lilac. We have studied till Kolya frowned, don't do anything foolish, please. But before that, we recapitulate whatever we have studied so far. This is the story written by Alexander Ivanovich Kuprin, a Russian writer. And in this story, full story revolves around a clump of lilac. And this is the story about a poor army officer, Nikolai Yevgrafovich Almasov. His nickname is Kolya. Source of energy for him is his wife. He has difficultly got admission in the staff college. Difficultly means in third attempt. That also with the help of his wife Vera cleared the entrance test and got admission. And now it was submission of his practical work in that college. After that would have been declared passed and would get name and fame. So as a practical work, he has to submit a local map. And he completes the map work, waking whole night till morning, and suddenly his hand trembles and green paint falls on the map. He tries to rub it off, but it became worse. And he hit upon an idea to cover that spot in the map. He draws a clump of lilac bush beautifully and hides that spot. And when he goes to submit his project work to his professor understands and asks if he has copied his project work from some other map, but he denies. Kolya says, no, there is a clump of lilac at that place in reality. But as professor was very much experienced, he was the best professor in map work in the world. So he understood and said that he himself would visit the exact location and verify if really there was a lilac bush, a clump of lilac. But now Kolya is very much worried that his lie would be caught and his map work would be rejected. And that's why he is very much sad and worried. But his wife is always source of inspiration for him. You know very well. Again, this time, she hits upon an idea and asks Kolya to get ready as they will go somewhere very quickly. But Kolya doesn't understand and asks her not to do anything foolish. Now let's read further. I'm not going to do anything foolish, Veera said, stamping her foot. I don't ask you to go and apologize, but if those stupid bushes are not there, you must go and plant some at once. But Veera suggests here that Kolya shouldn't worry. Kolya doesn't need to worry. And she asks her not to apologize to his professor. But if a clump of lilac can be planted at the exact location just before professor's visit, there will be no doubt. And professor will know that a clump of lilac is there and his map work will be accepted and we declare pass. Now let's read further. Yes, plant, pushes. Almasov opened his eyes wide. But Kolya couldn't believe how beautiful, how great idea his wife is giving. But he says that nothing. And his wife tells him that as he has told his professor lie, so he can make up for that, just planting few lilac bushes there. And both of them become ready. Now while he was getting these things, Veera was quickly opening all the drawers of the tables, pulling out baskets and boxes and emptying them all on the floor. It means before leaving to arrange a clump of lilac plant, Veera is collecting all her valuables and all the savings he has done. She is collecting all her jewelries so that she could sell them and arrange the money to buy a clump of lilac and get it planted. Now, in 5 minutes, he collected all her treasures, whatever money or wealth or valuable items she had. But Almasov said that it would not be appropriate to leave at that moment because it was going dark, and in dark it would be very difficult to plant a bush of lilac. And he didn't believe that any good luck would come to him because he had suffered a lot in his life. Now, both of them goes to pawnbrokers. Which pawnbroker? Pawnbroker is a person. They give you money, and in exchange of some valuables you give them. And when you return that money, they will return your valuables too. So they went to the pawnbroker who was known to them because they often used to visit him, and Kolya offered his wife's diamond ring. And asked to give him monies. But the pawnbrokers offered them 3 rubles. Ruble is unit of measurement of money in Russia. So pawnbrokers offered 3 rubles only for the diamond ring. But Vera had expected more and tried to persuade the pawnbroker that the diamond ring was worth 37 rubles at least. Well, dear students, that's all for today. More we'll do in next video. If you still have doubt, you may contact me, and whatever homework is given, I hope you are doing. All the work must be done in your fair notebook, fair copy, date wise. So, bye-bye.